What's up YouTube, it's Adrian from MMOSWORLD. Welcome back to the channel. We are going to be taking a look at Throne, Kingdom at War. This of course is a browser-based strategy game by developers Plarium, who are very well known now for putting out these kinds of games, and they have several different themes of games, from Vikings and now to Throne. So we're going to be spending about 10, 15, 20 minutes taking a first impressions look at this browser-based strategy game, Throne, Kingdom at War. And let's go through, see what the pros are, see what the cons are in the first half an hour of play, and see if it differentiates itself compared to other browser-based strategy games that Plarium has put out, and what's the unique factor about this particular one. So as you can see, I am all set up and in-game now. I'm in full screen mode, as the tutorial has told me to do. And in terms of first impressions, I really like the music that played at the very beginning, but music does not come in and out very often. You can of course mute it or turn down the volume if you so wished. So players, when you sign up or log in for the first time, you will be immediately thrown into the tutorial screen, which is where I'm at now. And this lovely young lady down here has something to tell me. Lord, your people are ready for action. The time has come for you to prove to the whole kingdom that your family alone deserve to rule these lands. So of course with these types of games, they put you in the position as the king or the ruler of your little kingdom. And in the screen behind me, you'll see that you'll have your own castle. So obviously there's going to be stuff to develop, research, and build, and then there's going to be the resource gathering phase and resource management, which you will use to train soldiers, recruit soldiers, build new buildings, and take part in diplomacy and relations. That will come later on in the game, I believe, when you get to interact with other players as well. So let's continue along here. Your army is strong, but without food, it won't defeat even a band of robbers. Build a farm to supply the town with food. So this is already telling you that your kingdom was going to run on a bunch of supplies, and the first one being food. At the top here, I know it's grayed out because we are in the tutorial phase right now, but you can see the different types of resources. You got food up there. I've got 15k to start with, and then there's wood that looks like stone, I believe, and the other one I'm not sure, but they do similar. So it could be stone and metal. If I'm gonna guess this correctly. And there's 15k coins, silver coins, and 200 gold. So that's probably gonna be the premium currency, as is the case with these games. So I'm gonna be clicking on this right now. I believe that is a empty plot in my kingdom, and immediately you'll see you'll have a bunch of different options. So farm is probably gonna be gathering food, lumber for wood, stone, and mines. So let's go ahead and click farm. And then build, and every time you build a building you'll have a duration here. Some of these at the very beginning will take very short amount of time to build, but as you grow in level, as you can see, there's level 1 out of 26, so there's 25 other levels. The higher you go, the slower it will become, and we'll get to that later on. So let's click build right now. And the common theme with these games is that they want you to rush stuff a little bit. So if there is a time duration, you can completely cut it down later on, but if it's less than 5 minutes, as you see here, then you can just do it for free. You can just automatically finish it for free. So the beginning levels for new players, the tutorial, and right after the tutorial, it'll be super quick. You don't have to do much waiting, and you won't have to spend any of your premium currency. So perfect if earn a reward collected from the quest section. Okay, so top left here you'll see that. So let's click on that. That's going to be the quest bar. Right, so I'm going to claim this, but just keep your eyes on this. You got warrior training. There are a bunch of quests that reward you with goodies. So and they range from easy stuff like training armies or building buildings, and there's a lot of that to claim. Unfortunately, it did not tell me what I got. So you did it again, my lord. Complete the recommended quest, and your town will become the most prosperous in the whole kingdom. Okay, next up, lumber mill. Let's start that. So it automatically takes me there, and let's build a lumber mill. This one is 1 minute, but as soon as it hits down to like the 50-second mark, again, she's telling me that it can be free. So let's go ahead and finish that as well. Now that is done. So I'm going to collect the quest for that, and I'm going to claim it. Oh, my liege, Have you seen the carvings of our local carpenter? If he gets himself a couple of apprentices, we can forget about the lack of lumber. Great. So now we're gonna go make a study building. That's interesting. Wonder what it does. Okay, the quest rewards are actually down here. You get lots of lumber, stone, iron, food. 25 power, that's gonna be interesting. I'm not sure what the currency for power is. Silver experience, there is going to be experience in this game. Character progression will be in terms of yourself, your own profile, I believe. And you know, when you compare this to another one of Plarium games, which is Vikings, in that game there is a hero mechanic where you know you can each of your kingdoms will have like a hero in there, a hero who you can gear up with equipment and gain powers and experience points as well. I'm not sure if this one has heroes, so let's play a little bit more and find out. So if we don't spend the time studying ancient manuscripts, we would still be living in the wooden huts wearing bear skins. Don't forget about studies. So studies seems like something to do with research, and you can see the book icon here just flashing up there. Let's go ahead and click that. So there are a few different categories in the academy, but first let's see what studies do. Studies improve key military and economic stats, increases the efficiency of your scouts and warrior training, and give your hero advantages in battles with assailants. So I was right, heroes are a mechanic here as well. So there's not a lot of differences between Viking and Throne, Kingdom at War so far, except in terms of aesthetics and setting. So let's go ahead and click economy, learn 0 out of 90. Building, let's go ahead and upgrade that. So again, it's less than 5 minutes, so I'm just gonna click free. And oh, nice. I really like this leveling up screen. That's a cool way to show you that you have now leveled up. I am a female though. I did not get a chance to select my avatar yet, I suppose. So let's see what the reward is. Skill points +1, gold +50, and 30 power. Let's claim 30 power. And claim the quest for building the study. Next up, a quarry. Quarries for stone, and this is going to be the bulk resource that's going to be used for building all your buildings later on. So let's go ahead and build that. So set for free and claim the quest for that as well. So a lot of the early parts of the tutorial is going to involve building and teaching you the ropes of the game. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to plow through the tutorial, and we'll continue the video after I'm outside the tutorial to see what are the first steps going to be. Be right back. Alrighty, so we've come to a point where I've just built my barracks here in the tutorial itself, and they're gonna be teaching us how to go out into the world and attack a resource location with your newly trained troops from your barracks to bring back some resources. So this is the world map. It looks really nice. I just wish they'd remove that gray overtone, the gray overlay that shows that you are in a tutorial, because I really love to see this in proper coloring. So tap any object in the kingdom to see all available information about it. So that looks like a resource area on the world map. I'm going to click that. So this is a hunter settlement. I think it's level 1 with the number there. Hunters serve their lord honorably by producing and storing food, ensuring the townspeople suffer no famine even during long wars. So if I capture this, my stock of food will go up by 54k. So let's go ahead and capture that. So I have already trained 10 strikers, which are the most basic soldiers in your kingdom so far. So I'm going to be sending them into battle by forming a troop. Head count 10 out of 1,000. That's the size of your your army so far, and their carrying capacity is that. So I am going to be sending them. It's going to take 33 seconds to move from my kingdom. That's my kingdom. And as with the other Plarium game, Vikings, you do see your troops moving throughout the land, going to get the resource. So let's see what she has to say here. My lord, the resources yielded in battle become active after your warriors return to town. So when you attack a neutral location that has resources, you don't immediately get the resource when you've successfully attacked it. You have to wait for your soldiers or your army to come back into your settlement before you get it. So as you can see here, my food will be going up shortly. But of course, it's it's a no-brainer that the longer or the farther you send your soldiers, the longer it's going to take. So let's go ahead and return back to town. My lord, soon you will know the results of the battle. Detailed information will be provided immediately after the battle. So it doesn't matter whether you sent them out for a resource, your troops send them out for a resource gathering, or you've attacked another player. These games rely on reports. They have a reporting mechanic to inform you about, the success or the failure of your expeditions and battles. So this one says resource deal succeeded. And yeah, I agree with her. It's very important for you to look at your reports, because that will help you stay on track and keep you updated in what's happening in your kingdom. Because at later levels, when there's a lot going on, you're juggling, diplomacy, trading, battles, and hunting and building at the same time. It's going to be hard to keep track of everything. So the mail system and the report system is absolutely crucial in building a successful kingdom. So that's 80 food right there. I'm going to go and close this now and claim the quest for attacking a resource location on the map. So that's just the tutorial part on how to send out troops to get resources. I'll continue to blow along, and I will bring it back when there's an interesting part of the game coming up. Be right back. Okay, finally we are just about done with the tutorial thing, and now we are able to create our avatar. I'm gonna go with this guy. Kind of looks like Jon Snow from Game of Thrones. I'll go with that name, and let's click save. So, my lord, your skills should be rewarded. After completing the basic task, you'll receive a valuable gift of 1-day VIP status. So all players will be given a 1-day VIP status. VIP is a premium, I would say, status that's going to offer you double XP, bonus buffs, and boons. Let's go ahead and see what exactly that is. So it's already started once you finish the tutorial. You've got exactly a day to make use of it. Okay, excellent. Now I have full control of my kingdom at last. So, and it's also important to note that you're not stuck with one kingdom. When you go out and you conquer other players, if you vaporize them from the face of the map, I'm quite positive that you can go and colonize their towns and cities and make them yours as well, so you can jump between them. So this is my hero. Her name is Astrid, and heroes, as I said earlier in the video, they have their own thing going on. By having them in your kingdom, they do offer some bonuses, but as I said, you can give them skills. You can either make them more useful by giving them boost to buildings, or when you're being attacked, you can buff her combat stats to help you out in defense of the town. So that's kind of an interesting mechanic that Plarium games do have. So let's go ahead and explore some of the other options here in our menu itself. So as we know, will be the world map. Let's click on that real quick and see how big the world map actually is. I really like the graphics in Throne, Kingdom, and War. It's a lot more, classical fantasy than Vikings was. So I very much prefer Throne, Kingdom, and War here. That's kind of cool. So when you want to go back to your town, you just hit the town button or press the M key. So queues for treasure, and that's the chest that's been piling here. And this is sort of like your login reward, so all you gotta do is click that and claim your 200 stone. That's done, and then you gotta wait 6 minutes to claim that again. So VIP status, I'm gonna click that real quick just to show you guys what you have as a VIP. So bonuses that you get include free boost, what else? Food production increased by 4%, everything, all these here. Resource production will be increased by 4%. And of course, the more VIP that you buy, the more VIP status that you buy through points, the higher your level will get, and that will increase all the boosts as well. So in a way, it sort of rewards players who continues to support the game by purchasing a VIP status. There's a bank thing up here that's catching my eye because of the animations. I'm gonna go ahead and click that. So what is this? This is a bank. Can't see the offer you're looking for? Refresh the list and fortune will smile upon you. Ah, I see. So this is the in-game store, ladies and gentlemen. And let's see. Let's have a look at some of the items on offer. You're starting with a pack of Crushing Victory. This one goes for, what is this? $4.99 US. This is going to give you some gold and a whole bunch of boosts here. Timed boost, I should say, as well. Times 30, times 30. And then there's more it looks like the price has been cut down from 9.99 USD into 4.99 USD. So scrolling down, some more speed advantage, 50% discount. So it looks like there is a discount going on. But then of course you can purchase gold a la carte as well. There's one here, it's crazy. That's 30,000 gold for 99 US dollars if you want to, you know, buy all the boosts and advantages, speed things up, become VIP for many days. What else we got? We have a menu here, and that is gonna bring up some options. You can learn how to play here. I'm sure that's going to open a separate browser link to somewhere else, just like Vikings has. You got your profile, ranking, marches, studies, landmarks. So this is a quick access menu at the bottom here. We've also got Watchman, and Watchman is, what is this? This is interesting. It seems to be showing me the different players on the same map that I am on, with their coordinates, their distance. And I have options to either, you know, wage war now, offense, or espionage by sending spies and sabotaging their resources or whatnot. So that could be an interesting thing to look out for. And then there's order. And order is basically, what is this? Create an order. I guess this is a guild system. Yeah, this is probably a guild system. You can see a whole bunch of emblems there with guild titles, power, which is the total score of all the kingdoms and armies of the guild, and then how many members it's got. So some of the members here, I wish they would sort it out by size. But so far the biggest one here, we got 56 in there, Solomon, and 59. So on the map I'm in, it's sort of it's got decent activity, but not too much players in here. Moving on to training, this is where you get quick access to your barracks, and if you want to train more soldiers, you can. So I'm just going to train maybe 10 foresters real quick, and I will train them for 10 gold, and it is done. But the thing that I use there is gold. You don't have to spend your gold this way. You can also just train them the normal way and just wait for it, which is going to just take these resources and 5 minutes. So because it's less than 5 minutes, I can actually use a boost, can't I? Well, I do have 3 15-minute boosts if I want to use that, but I'll save that for buildings because that's going to be more valuable down the line. So that's how training is going to be taking place. The mail we've already been through, and finally we've got items on the panel here, and these are just basically some of the treasures that you either already own or you can buy as well. So there's 2 different item stores in here. There's the gold store at the bank at the top there, and then this one just gives you easy access to all the boosts and stuff. And when you click on my items, it's going to show you exactly what you have as well. Alright then, so for the next few hours, I suppose I will be building stuff. This is my academy requirements for upgrading to level 2. What else we got? Studies. Well, I suppose I can do more military studying, can't I? No. I need the academy to be level 3. Let's go ahead and see what other quests we got in. So we got build a workshop. Oh, I've already done that. Foresters, and then battle report. Okay, build a house. Excellent. Let's start that. So when you click on a building quest, it's going to show you the empty slots in your kingdom, but of course you can choose where you want to build it. I suggest my tips here would be to categorize and place all the similar type buildings in one area, cluster them together so it's easier to spot, and it'll make organizing and finding them absolute breeze. So houses, is this a house? That is an infirmary. So what I'll probably do is build a house here. Let's build it. 10 seconds. I should be able to get it for free. And that is now done. So let's go ahead and claim that. And any other... Upgrade the palace to level 2. That sounds good. Let's do that right away. So that's the palace. I mean, this is zoomed super close. And I really like seeing the animations of the soldiers just doing their job, you know, patrolling the castle, the watchtower up here. That's really, really nice to look at. I mean, with Plarium games, I do enjoy the level of detail. You know, it gives you the feeling that you are enjoying a strategy RPG type game, but you know, it tries to minimize the fact that this is a browser type game and there's not a lot of, you know, flashy things going on. So the fact that they do put in the effort to make it look as good as possible is actually really, really good. As I said earlier, my one thing about Thrones Kingdom and War so far is that, you know, it kind of needs more music. I really wish there was a diverse selection of music that plays pretty often instead of sporadically. So, and probably one of the things that I'm a little let down by is the, you know, the lack of differentiation in terms of what the game has to offer. Viking and Thrones, when you put them side by side now, you know, the difference is really only in the aesthetics and very minor gameplay changes. Like some stuff in the tutorial at Vikings appears later on here, while you know, you get some of the mechanics taught to you faster here than they do over at Vikings. So those are the most obvious changes that I've seen so far in the first half an hour of gameplay. So just keep that in mind if you're a new player and playing it. But so far, it has got everything else that you probably love and already enjoy from other Plarium games. Okay, let's go troops, let's go slinger, and let's train that. So hopefully, oh yes, I forgot, I'm already training warriors. So yeah, hopefully in an hour or so I will be able to go out and, you know, attack my first player, but I'm probably under protection mode, so I can't do much with that anyway. So we'll see what I can do here. Well, anyway, time is up for me, guys. I do hope you enjoyed the first impressions look at Throne Kingdom at War. Again, it is another Plarium game that has been, you know, created in the genre of strategy browser games, and it's very similar to Vikings. But you know, in personal opinion, I do enjoy Thrones more than I do Vikings, simply because of the setting for this one, the aesthetics. And if you are interested in checking out Throne Kingdom and War, we've got links in the description box below, so click it on, check it out. It's free to play. And really, that's it from me, guys. If you enjoyed the video, do give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more MMO videos and content. As ever, I'm Adrian from MMOSWORLD, signing out.